again, and in this exercise we're going to be going through really quickly the organization database that's included as part of your website. Alright, just remember once again that your site may not look exactly the way this one does. Alright, so whereas I can find the organization list or organization database here under the Resources Center section, I'm going to click that. You may find it somewhere else because you or someone else working with you may have moved it perhaps to the top menu using the edit menu tools under the home page management, which I outlined to you in a previous video. Now, this page ultimately shows a list of all of the organizations in the database by category. Alright, right now the page has nothing because nothing has been added. You have the option, however, as the user, just pretend that you're the user of the site, not the administrator. You have the option to go in and add an organization. You can do so by clicking here or here. Okay, I'm going to click any one. Once you do that, you get a long list, very detailed list I should say, of questions or fields to complete. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to fill in the mandatory fields for now. Name, email, zip code, country. I'm just going to select J, just press J. It's a quick tip. It makes life a little easier. So I'm just going to press J and Jamaica pops up. Phone, fax, and so on. Okay, I could go in and put in website address, organization's email address, and so on. Now below we have some additional fields. I'll just pick a couple of them. Region, I'm going to select worldwide. Country, I'm going to press J again to get Jamaica. Now we have some languages here. In which language does your organization work? I'm going to just pick one, press E for English. If my language wasn't here, I would have the option to go to other, enter whatever the language name was. Scrolling down, we have select the categories that best describe the nature of your organization. As the administrator, you have the option to edit these categories, but for now, the user can only pick one. Alright, I'm going to select self-employed. If there wasn't a category here, then I could type a suitable category in for myself right in this field. Below that, we have which subject areas are the main focus of your organization's activities. Alright, and I will pick, I don't know, I will pick any one of these. Regional information. Okay, information services and information management may even be better. Okay, scrolling down, and again, if there wasn't a suitable one here, I could punch in whatever information. What does your organization do? I will pick information management, for example. Going on, which specific groups of people does your organization work for? I can select from the list, and I will put, let's just say rural communities. It doesn't really matter. Other, once again, if there was nothing here, I could type it in, and so on. State briefly the main objectives of the website of your organization, and I will put website develop. When the user went to the home page of the website and filled in their name and email address, that was sent to the subscriber management page or section in the CMS. Similarly, if I now as a user come in and check this, I too, along with all of the above mentioned information here, would be added to the subscriber database. Alright, for the newsletter and so on. You as the administrator could then now go in and add me to a specific group, or you could send your newsletter to me just as a general subscriber. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and click add organization. I will go over to the content management system now really quickly, and you'll find that if you go to organization management, there's a long list of menu items here, and I'm going to go through them very, very quickly. First item is add organization, and as the name suggests, it allows you as the administrator to add the same information that I just punched in as a user. Okay, the only difference being that at the bottom of your list you have the approval status, right? By default, anyone that you add or anyone added to the website from the front end, so the information that I just added, would be set as pending by default. Okay, going back, I'm going to go back to manage organizations, and here we have just the two organizations that have been added to the system so far. We have the Anguilla Statistics Unit and we have Chrysalis Communications. I'm going to go to Edit, Chrysalis, and if you recall, on the site itself, on the CaribbeanCensus.net site, under organizations, there was no organization listed under the organizations page. Again, that's because my company, which first of all didn't exist, and secondly, none of the two companies or organizations in the database had been yet switched to approved. So I'm going to go ahead and switch mine from pending to approved. Click Update. I'll go back to the home page of the Caribbean Census site. Go back to organizations, and you'll see now that Chrysalis Communications is listed. You have, as a user, it's under the category self-employed, so everything that I've filled in is here. If I click either the company name and the country comes up, or more details, you'll see that I get a pop-up window here, just as we did with the calendar of events or the database of experts. It has all of the information on the organization, or most of it anyway. I have the option as a user to get a printable version of this or send to friend. If I click send to friend, once again I can enter my name, my email address, my friend's name, friend's email, and in the field here I can say, look, friend, I found an interesting organization that you may be interested in. Click, and the website sends an email to that friend of mine. Going back to the content management system, we have three fields, right? Three sections: org do, org activity, and org details. You'll remember when I was filling out the form, there were specific fields that asked, what does your organization do? This is where you as an administrator can go in and add that list. I won't go through it now, but you can see that there are several items here. I think I had selected networking for my company. Organization category. Once again, several categories that you can manage. Simply type in the name, click add, and so on. I selected self-employed. Same for organization activity. Now, organization details, very quickly, the next item down. This text here, which you can edit, relates specifically to this text here on the organization page. It's just 2 lines. You can edit it as you wish. You can add additional information in. Just bear in mind that the longer you make this paragraph, or the more information you place in here, the further down on the page the list of organizations will be. Typically, we do not want to have your user scrolling down every single time they get to this page, scrolling too far down to get to the organization information. Lastly, or the last 2 things, we have the 2 emails that get sent out. First is the manage mail format. Just very quickly here. This is the email that gets sent to a friend. We've covered this before in other sections of the site. Simply don't edit these things in square brackets, and you can edit the rest of the format of the email, change your address, and so on. And lastly, we have the approval email. When I signed up as an organization, I punched in my information. My information was then sent to you as the administrator. Once you changed my status from pending to approved, this is the email that the website would have sent to me, right? It would have the subject, your name or your sender's name, the sender's email address, as well as the body of the email itself. So that basically covers the organization management section of both the front end and back end of the website. Talk to you soon.